Hey everybody. So this winter in trucking isn't getting any better. It seems to be only getting worse. And trucks are still getting jackknifed and wadded up all funny style in the snowbanks. The number one reason why we're wrecking out there is improper braking techniques. Guys are getting on the pedal. They're driving too fast. They don't know what the heck they're doing out there, or they're just doing it wrong. In this video, I'm going to cover some of the braking techniques, tell you the right way and the wrong way to do it. And there's my cat. Stay tuned. Okay, the very best braking technique when you're driving on the snow and ice is not using any brakes at all. No brakes at all. We stay off the pedal. We stay off the hand valve. We stay off the Jake brakes. So what do? You drive slow, man. Slow on snow and ice. Slow, slow, slow. You maintain a lot of distance. I like to put at least half a mile between me and the bumper in front of me. I'm just automatically going to assume that the driver ahead of me, whether it's a car, a pickup, or another truck, is going to make a mistake. I automatically assume that they're going to hit black ice and not know what to do. I automatically assume that something's going to run out in front of them and they're not going to know what to do. I automatically assume that something bad is going to happen in front of me and I'm going to need to slow my truck down or even bring it to a complete stop. That's happened to me a lot of times. And I'm not going to be able to use any brakes at all, or I don't want to use any brakes at all. I'm going to maintain a lot of following distance. And you know what? If somebody passes me and they get back over into that right lane, I'm going to slow down even more. I'm going to let those guys go. I'm going to drive my own truck. I don't care how mad people get behind me. I don't care. I don't care. I'm going to drive slow, and I'm going to maintain a lot of following distance between me and the vehicle ahead of me. You should be able to slow and stop your truck and trailer without braking at all. These transmissions, we can use these transmissions, use our engines to slow that truck down. You guys that are driving these manual transmissions, you know how to do that. Automatic transmissions, they'll do the same thing. Use your engine braking, not your Jake brakes, but use your engine to slow you down. If you get down to 2 or 3 miles an hour and you're all straight and everything else, go ahead and tap that pedal brake to stop, but only at very, very slow speeds. It's like when you're stopping at an intersection and you're almost to the crosswalk, and then you tap your brake. That's the kind of speed I'm talking about. 2, 3, 4, 5 miles an hour, under 5 miles an hour. You want to press that pedal brake? No big deal. You're not going to slide out. But at road speed, on snow and ice, zero pedal brake. No pedal brake at all. That is the best way to do it. A little bit of a challenge for a lot of us, especially new drivers, but it's the new drivers most of the time that are getting balled up in the snowbanks because they're using the pedal brake just like they would in the summertime. Let's take a look at a few other braking techniques. Okay, service pedal brake. This is your floorboard brake pedal. This is the most common method for stopping. Everyone knows that, okay? Right by the throttle. This brake pedal engages both your truck and your trailer brakes. When you mash down on that brake pedal, or you ease down onto it, you're sending air to the truck brakes and the trailer brakes. Man, in snow, on black ice, this is dangerous. Especially for you drivers that do not make sure that your brakes are adjusted correctly. There is such a thing as wintertime brake adjustments. I'm not going to get into that. A lot of you guys probably aren't even allowed by your companies to adjust your brakes. I don't know how that works. I get under my equipment and I adjust my brakes differently depending on the road conditions. I'm not going to get into that. I don't expect you guys to do that. But just know that your most common method of stopping your truck and trailer using that service brake pedal, that can be very dangerous. And it could cause your trailer to slide out. It could cause you to go into a trailer jackknife. When you're driving down the road and you see trucks jackknifed in the snowbank, jackknifed in the median, and it's snowy, icy, black ice, man, I would bet my paycheck that the reason why they jackknifed is because they hit that service pedal brake. And they did it wrong. Their trailer brakes weren't adjusted the correct way. They didn't even bother to check it. Whatever the case it is, they're just trucking down the road. Something happens. They get onto that pedal brake just like it's a dry road, and they end up all wadded up in the median there. And I mean, you see it dozens of freaking times a day, dozens of times a week. It is the most common cause of truck wrecks in conditions like what we've been seeing the last few months this winter. That's what's causing these guys to wreck. All right, so let's take a look at another couple of methods. Okay, another method is the trailer brake only, where we're only providing air to the trailer brakes. We're not providing air to the truck brakes, okay? So what this does is this slows your trailer down, and it will slow the truck down. It'll hold that truck back also, okay? The very biggest benefit of this is that it keeps everything in a straight line. If you picture a weighted string, a string with a weight on the end of it, and you hold that string up, the weight hangs straight down. Well, if you consider that you holding onto that string is applying brake to the string, applying brake to your trailer, and the weight at the end of that string is your truck, when you hold that string up, or, in this analogy, you apply only the trailer brakes, that string stays straight down, right? The weight of it is straight down. That essentially is what you're doing when you use only the trailer brakes. You'll hold that equipment in a straight line, and a straight line is the absolute opposite of a jackknife, right? So pretty important. How do we do that? We do that with a trailer hand valve. In older trucks, the trailer hand valve is on the right hand side of the steering column. These newer automatic trucks, that's been replaced by the Jake brakes and the gear selector, your drive, neutral, reverse. But in the older trucks, that steering column, the right side of it, that's where you're going to find that trailer hand valve. And all you would do is you would pull that back, and that engages your trailer brakes only. Again, it does not affect the truck brakes at all. Keeps everything straight. That's what you want. I'll throw up a couple videos or pictures of different trailer hand valves and where they're at inside your cab, and we'll get to take a look at that. So a lot of you guys, I suspect, you're not using your trailer hand valves. You may not even know what that little thingy is up on your dashboard, but it's a good thing to get familiar with, and if you practice at it, it's a really good technique for braking on the snow and ice. So we'll look at a couple pictures there momentarily. Okay, the last method for braking in winter conditions, snow and ice, is using only the truck brakes. I shot this video a couple weeks ago and I mentioned this technique, and then I decided not to post it at the time because, look at this very first point here, it is illegal to use only your truck brakes. All right. Now, having said that, as illegal as it is, this is a very common method of braking on snow and ice. Very common amongst experienced drivers. I learned this technique from my trainer years and years ago, and it was illegal then and it's just as illegal now, and we're going to take a look at why right here. Look at this. When we're using only the truck brakes, you're going to close the blue valve. You're going to close that blue hand, glad hand. The way I would do it is I commonly put a business card, or fold up a piece of paper or whatever, and I stick that in between the two glad hands. I'll go to my catwalk and I'll pull that blue glad hand off of the trailer and I stick a credit card in there or a business card. It only has to be tough enough to hold back about 5 psi of air, because that's all you're sending back to that trailer anyway. Not going to get into the mechanics of the braking system and all that other stuff, but you're only using about 5 pounds of pressure back there to your trailer brakes at any given time. Even hard braking, you're gonna end up sending like 7 psi back there, even on hard braking. So a business card, that's going to work just fine. And again, all you do is you pull that glad hand off, that blue one, that's your service line, that's your brake pedal line, and you're going to stick a business card or a folded piece of paper in there. All you're doing is you're stopping the air from going through that blue service air line to your trailer. Okay? What does that mean? That means your trailer brakes aren't working. And that's why this is illegal. Okay? And because this is illegal to do it, that's why I didn't post this video the first time I made it. But, I'll tell you this. If you do it, you're breaking the law. And if the cops catch it, they can write you a ticket for having your brakes not work in the trailer, and all that. And, if you come up on a cop at a scale, well, first of all, I would recommend, if you know you're going across a scale soon, pull over and open up that glad hand, okay? Don't roll across a scale if you know you've got your trailer brakes blocked off. But if you forget and you meet up with an old-timer cop who's been doing this job for a long time, or maybe he's a retired truck driver himself, he's going to know what you've done, why you've done it. And, he may tell you to open up that valve, but he may just tell you, okay, well, be safe about it. But if you meet some rookie cop, with some fresh, high and tight haircut that you can land a helicopter on it, and he's got that book open to every page, he's going to ticket you for this. This is illegal. So do this at your own risk. I'm not paying the ticket, man. But I do this because I know that it is a very good way to brake on the snow and ice. So this method is best used on straight roads. If you know that you're going to be going around curves on the snow and ice and everything, I wouldn't recommend doing this, especially if you have heavy trailers. If your back end is loaded down, I would not recommend this. If you know you're going to be going around a lot of curves, I would not recommend this. So very limited applications. It's really only for light loads on straight roads. And really, it's probably not the best idea to ever do this because, again, it's illegal. So don't blame me just because you do what I do. Haha. Okay, so here is an image of a steering wheel with a trailer hand valve. And I mean, obviously this portion here is your trailer hand valve. Basically it's at the right side of your steering column, and you would just reach forward and pull that valve backwards toward you. And what that does is that applies your trailer brakes just like you would apply your brakes with the pedal valve. It's basically the pedal brake, but you're only sending air to the trailer. You're not sending air to the truck and trailer both. And you know, in the last couple of minutes I showed the demonstration of the weighted string, and what that does is that slows your trailer down, and the trailer is going to there for slow your truck down, okay, and keep everything in a straight line. All right, so this type of trailer hand valve is going to be on your older style trucks, your older Pete's, and you know, in recent years the trailer handbrake has been installed on the panel, you know, your dashboard or whatever, and it's no longer on the steering column like on these new automatic trucks. But on the older style trucks, that's where it's going to be. So that's your trailer hand valve. Let's take a look at a couple more examples here. So here's another example of a trailer handbrake that is installed on the panel instead of the steering column. All it is a handle that you would reach forward and pull that down, and that's going to apply your trailer brakes. You can see right there, trailer brake, very clear. It's not a parking brake. It just applies the service brakes to the trailer. So when you're going downhill, when you're on snow and ice especially, that's going to help you keep that truck and trailer straight, because it applies brakes to your very back axle, and that's going to help you stay in a straight line, instead of getting all funny style jackknifed. And here's another fairly common style of trailer hand valve. This is also panel mounted rather than mounted on your steering column, and it's more or less a thumb depressor sort of thing. The truck that I drive has this style of trailer handbrake, and you can see the icon right there. For some reason, whoever came up with that icon decided that that's the symbol for trailer handbrake, but whatever. Anyways, if you're going to apply the trailer handbrake here with this style, you would probably reach up there and press that down with your thumb or your index finger. I don't like this style. I prefer the the style that we saw here a minute ago on the right side of the steering column. But whatever, newer trucks are newer trucks, and they come with different design features. So anyways, the the operation is the same. When you're applying only your trailer brakes, you're effectively trying to keep that truck and trailer straight when you're going downhill or even on flatland in the snow and ice. And that's what this video is about. It's about stopping or slowing down on the snow and ice without, wadding that truck and trailer up in the median or on the shoulder in an ice bank. There you go, guys. That is braking techniques for slowing your truck and trailer down on black ice and all kinds of bad winter driving conditions. If you only got one thing out of this video, it's stay off the brakes. Drive slow, keep a lot of distance. Hello, Missy. That's my cat. She's a pain. I hope this video helps, guys. Stay off that brake. Slow down. You know it's dangerous out there. Do a good job. Lots of following distance. We'll see you out there.